Hi guys, my name's Olivia. This is my first YouTube video ever, so it's really exciting. I'm just going to show you today how I kind of do my everyday waves, messy hair, natural looking makeup, kind of a little get ready with me. I start from when my hair is wet and I have no makeup on, so the next clip, don't be alarmed. If you want to see how to get this everyday look that I do, keep watching.
Looking for a way out of this cage you keep me in. Your hands touch my neck as your breath creeps up underneath my skin. I can't help but to want it. If you are my love, come get it. And I can't fight that grip on my heart. And if love is a drug, I don't want it, because I don't have any self-control. The harder I try to get off it, the more I can see that I need it.
So now that my hair is dry, I'm gonna curl it. I'm using an 1.25 inch curling iron. The one that I have is, I got this when I was in hair school. It's just like a chi wand, nothing fancy. I think it's set to 380. That's what it's like the default. That's kind of what I put it at. So first you're gonna want to section your hair, kind of like we did with the blow dry, but not as many sections. So I guess kind of the same. It's going to be 3 sections, so I like to do the top. So it's like this section here, and then just like I did when I was blow drying it, I kind of like twist it and then clip it. So you'll clip it there, and then I do the next one like behind my ears. That way you have 3 pretty equal sized sections. So here's that. And then you have your bottom section. So I'll show you what the back looks like. Probably not very clean section, but so yeah, kind of from the ears down. Then what I like to do, just so I don't get confused with which hair I haven't curled and which hair I have curled, I put it all over my shoulders, and then I start in the back. I take sections about this size. You don't need to be super precise with it, especially the underneath. And then I just kind of wrap them around. I like to keep the barrel horizontally. The more vertical you go, the more of a curl you'll get. And the more horizontal you go, the more of a wave it will be. You let it sit for a few seconds, and then immediately you're going to want to pull on it. So this is what's going to give you more of a wave than a like curly Q, you know? So pull on it, then you put that to the back. And then there's really just like 2 more sections. I could even split that more. And I like to do this one the other way. So this way, you don't get that kind of one curl where they just all go together. This gives it a little separation, makes it look a little bit more beachy. So you could totally leave it just like this, but I like to pull it just to give it a more like relaxed feel, you know? So there's that. And then you can see kind of the difference. And then you just put it back and let it cool. And I like to do the ones that are closer to my face, away from my face. So if it's your thing to go towards your face, that's totally fine too. But for me, I think it just kind of opens everything up and gives you a nice look when it's away. So that's what I do. And then again, pull. So essentially, same thing all the way around my head. I'll do a few more sections and then I'll kind of speed it up so you don't have to sit here for a whole 15 minutes watching me do the same thing. And you know, you might burn yourself at first if this is the first time you've ever used a wand. It might feel a little weird, but that's kind of how most things are. You do it more, you get used to it, and then you're fine. But I like to go behind my head when I do the ones on this side, just because I'm left-handed, so, but I kind of use my right hand and curl. I guess I kind of switch back and forth, I don't know. What am I talking about? Who knows? Again, this is the one towards my face. I don't like to leave it on there too long. No one wants that. You know that video where the girl burns off her hair? Don't do that. You don't want that. So, don't leave it on there for too long. Don't make it too hot. You know, be reasonable. You don't need to count to 20 or longer or whatever it is that she says. That video always cracks me up. Oh my gosh. Never fails. Okay. Now that it's all curled, we're going to do our makeup and we're going to let this kind of cool. I don't want to rake through it too much with my fingers because we're going to put some products and stuff in it after. So now we'll go on to the makeup. So now we're going to do the makeup. While I was doing my hair, I had already prepped my face and I put a couple things on just so they would sink in while I was doing my hair. So that's kind of a way to save time so you don't do your hair and then have to wait 5 minutes for everything to sink in, especially if you're in a rush like I always am because I'm not a morning person. Save yourself some time, do it before, multitask, all the things. So what I kind of did to prep my face, I have really dry skin, so especially in the winter time, so I use this Murad hydrating toner. It's like a little spray, which I love. So you just mist it on after you wash your face. Super easy, you don't even need a cotton pad. And then this is my favorite moisturizer like of all time. I found it last winter when I first moved here and my skin was freaking out, you know. So this is the Korres pomegranate moisturizer. Let's see, there we go. I really love it. It's for balancing, so put that on, let it soak in, and now we're on to primer. My favorite ones, actually, it was recommended to me by a girl I work with who always has like the most flawless skin ever. So the one that I use is the Becca First Light Priming Filter. It's the purple one. I'm not gonna zoom in just because it's taking a while to focus. But one thing you want to do is you want to clip back your hair so you don't get makeup all over it, especially when you have dark hair like me. So we're gonna put the primer on. I just do like 2 pumps, you know, this much. Kind of just put it all over your face, rub it together. Feels amazing. It's supposed to kind of like brighten, I think, because it's purple and yellow. If you have like dull skin, kind of cancels it out. I could use green primer just because my skin does get pretty red. As you see, the second I touch it, real cute. And then I'm gonna go in with foundation. So the foundation that I'm using now is the Naked Skin by Urban Decay. I'm in the shade 1.5. I'm like the most pale I've ever been in my entire life, so you know. And then I use, it's by Tarte. I use this brush. I don't know what it's called, but it was like their holiday something one year. It came in like a fancy sequined, I don't know, box, bag, zippy thing, whatever you want to call it. So I don't know if they still make this, but it's a great one. So I'm just gonna give it a shake because this one has like a little ball in it, so you know. And it is pretty watery, so that's what I like about it. I just do 2 pumps on the back of my hand. And like you can see, maybe it does run like down your hand. So I like that it's really watery because I don't like too thick of a, I don't know, too full coverage of a foundation because I'm a hairstylist and I just don't like to feel like I'm wearing a mask every day, you know? You feel me? I don't know. If you see me also looking down here, there's a mirror so I can see myself. I have a couple of blemishes here, so I'm just gonna kind of pat where those are so I don't like smear it around. And I still have like tons on my hand, so a little goes a long way, especially when you don't want super full coverage. You know, I kind of do buffing motions. Make sure you get all around your nose. And then push your bangs back if you have bangs like I do. You can even clip the bangs away too, but mine are kind of off to the side, so I just hold them back. Make sure you get everything. And then you want to make sure that you get your jawline too, because you don't want to be one of those girls, you know, where you see the lights on them and all of a sudden there's like a line and you're like, oh girl. Yeah, you don't want to be one of those. Well, that was scary. I don't know. Something in my dress just decided to fall over. So, you know, kind of blend it around. And then I don't like to go too heavy under my eyes here because I am going to go in with a concealer. I use the NARS like Radiant Creamy Concealer. It's one of the ones like I feel like a lot of YouTubers use it. It's also something YouTube made me buy. If you've ever seen that tag, I have so many things YouTube has made me buy. And then I just kind of start in the corner of my eye and I don't like to do like a full-on triangle, but I do like one down the side of my nose, one under my eye, and one kind of this way. And it's just one little, I don't go back in and load it up, so just a little bit, you know, down the side of your nose. Kind of taking what's left over. I don't want to stripe down my nose, so I just kind of take what's left over. Then I do my chin a little, Cupid's bow, and then right between my eyebrows. And then to blend it out, I'm going to use, this is the Real Technique sponge. I really like it. It's only like $5, which is nice because I think beauty blenders are like, what, $25? So, ain't nobody got money like that. Unless you do, and girl, you go buy your $25 sponge. Do your thing. Live your life. And you just want to pat. You don't want to make it, you don't want to like swipe because then it'll take it off. I did dampen this before. Then get your chin. Same thing. And then you can kind of go over, you know, give yourself a little more moisture. Feels kind of nice. I'm gonna take my Laura Mercier powder, which is one of my favorites. I actually used to work for Laura Mercier, so that's kind of when I discovered it, and that was when everyone kind of first started using it for like baking, which if you still have time to do that, girl, good for you. And I just kind of pat this on. A little extra. But yeah, just pat it on. I don't like to put on too much because, like I said, my skin is on the dry side. Trying to get some out. My skin is on the dry side, so I don't want to like dry it out even more. I kind of just, and I really haven't put that much on my brush. I just kind of like to really pat it all over, because some people that have dry skin really love the dewy look, which is awesome, but I always just kind of feel like it makes me look greasy, and I'm not into that, so I do like the powder. And then I use Hoola for kind of a little contour. I don't go crazy with it, but yeah, I like to give myself a little definition, because I feel like if you don't, you just look dead, and that's not cute. So I just take a little swirl around and then tap off the extra, and then I kind of make the little fishy face like that, and I go in, and you don't want to get too much. I kind of just do little circular motions, and I'm not pressing really hard, I'm very light. So it might look like a lot on the camera, but in real life it's pretty natural. So again, swirl, tap. For some reason this is always my hard side. I don't know why, but it always looks a little different. That's okay, we're human. And then I take it down on my jawline also. And just kind of keep blending it in, because you don't want to get too much, and you don't want it to be like a line, you know, like that's not cute either, but you do want enough to see it. And then this blush is by Tarte. It's called Party. No, really, it has a bunch of A's. See, it has like 4 A's. I got it for my birthday gift from Sephora, but I actually really love the color of it, so it worked out. I love it. So, and then I just kind of, you know, I tap this on. I don't really like to go too crazy with the blush. You can make the little, you know, smiley cheek face, whatever, if you want. But I just kind of follow along my cheekbones. I like to do my eyebrows. I don't do it every day, and I don't go crazy with it. I need to actually do my eyebrows, like pluck them, but this kind of helps like disguise it almost, because you're accentuating the right parts. I have something in my eye. I don't know what it is. Okay, I got it, I think. Okay. And this, I usually use the Anastasia one, but a few months ago I actually tried this one out, and I really liked it. It's the L'Oreal Brow Stylist Definer one, and it's the same, like has the skinny little spoolie on the end, and then the retractable, like this part, so I'm into it. And I'm just gonna use a little palette so I can see closer. to do my eyebrows. So, excuse me. Now I'm just gonna comb them with a little spoolie. Oh girl, you get your brows done. They're not cute. And then I just kind of do little strokes. I'm not someone who likes to like draw them on or make like a super defined line. I get a little sparse on the ends here, so I just kind of like to fill those in. And also, I'm a true believer in eyebrows are sisters, not twins. Yeah, sisters, not twins. If they don't look exactly the same, I won't lose sleep over it. It's not a big deal. But, you know, pretty similar. They gotta look like they're sort of related. Okay, so then I'm also gonna use this little palette here. It's the Tartelette Tease palette. I like it because it's small and you can just fit it in your purse. And then I'm gonna use a little fluffy brush. And I use the color, this one here, most. And it's called First Kiss. I really like it because I have green eyes and has a little purpley tone to it, which kind of makes them pop a little. It's, you know. So just using kind of circular motions, swirling. And I've only dipped the brush in once, so really not a lot going on. For mascara, it's kind of our last step. I like to use the Colossal Big Shot by Maybelline. I've tried a bunch and I feel like I have pretty sensitive eyes, but this one doesn't irritate my eyes. It doesn't flake a lot, which is nice, because I have pretty long days at work. And if it starts flaking and getting in my eyes really burn. And that's not fun when you're with a client and you have to stop and, you know, not cute. This is our makeup. Then your hair is cooled now. And I'm gonna put some spray. So it's Dry Texture by Orbe. And you wanna shake it because if you don't, you just spraying real expensive air. Same thing with dry shampoo. So like you could leave it like this and it'd be fine. But I like to kind of take the first section here from your hair and it comes out like pretty, like a lot comes out with force, you know, it's like we're here. And then do that on both sides. Just because I like messy hair. I don't like it to be too perfect. I don't like it to look like I just washed my hair day one. And then you kind of my hair up so it makes sure it gets in there. And because you don't want it to just be on the top, you know. And now you have, and then you mess it up. You have big textury hair, which is what I'm all about. My hair is flat during the day, drives me insane. But luckily, since I'm a hairstylist, I have lots of mirrors around me and lots of products, and I can make sure that it looks good. So, yeah, this is kind of my everyday thing. My first YouTube video. I'm so excited to see where this goes and keep making fun videos, and it's something I've always wanted to do, so I got my camera today. I got, you know, I'm just excited to see what happens and keep doing this because it's fun.